Hello, hello, and welcome to Healing Space with Gently Healing. I am Jen Tilley, and I am super grateful and excited to be here with all of you guys. Again, if you enjoyed that music before we began, Robert put that together for me through that meditation that we all did with the snake, and I just so love it, and I'm still so grateful for it. And so I've just been playing it at the start of the show. I just love how that kind of like ties us all together and allows us all to kind of come into this space and yeah, just kind of get here because sometimes the first few minutes it's like the people are still coming. So, hello and welcome to anyone that is in here, whether it be is your first time or you have been here many times. I am grateful for you. Hello, Willow. I am so happy to see you in here again. I saw you on Angela's show. That was awesome. And good to see you too. And Robert, glorious day. Jen and Willow, yes, it is, Robert. It is a very glorious day. Oh, you didn't hear any music? Oh, seriously? Oh, that's weird. It seemed to have possibly been playing on my end. Did anyone else not hear the music? Anyway, well, we will make sure to fix that next time. But I did have Robert's music playing. Hi, Gina. Nice to see you. Yes. I'd love an update. How are you feeling today? So much love to you. And hello, Zach. Happy that you're here. And hi, Sammy. Very happy you're here as well. And yeah, all of us are coming together. So anyway, so I'm hearing from Willow that you guys did not hear any music. Did any of you guys hear it? And hi, Lisa. Nice to see you. I just want to make sure because it seemed like everything on my end was kind of good to go on the music front. So that's kind of strange. Anyway, either way, today we kind of have some special things that are going on with this show. And then here we go. Willow, can you send Zach a link on your YouTube channel? Oh, oh, okay. All right. Okay. Anyway, hi Lisa, hi Sammy, hi everyone. Nice to see you. So for today's show, there's some things that are like here for a very special episode. So it's like every day we have been doing the different chakras. So today we are going to work on the throat chakra. Vishuddhi or Vishuddha is the name of the throat chakra based off of Hinduism. If we want to go down all the different lines, it's all different names. The special part with, there's a lot of things that happen with our throat chakras. It's what allows us to be able to speak our truth, to navigate the plane from our heart to our mind. And I think it's such a crucial chakra to kind of keep getting that going. We have kind of three brains in our bodies, if you will, and we have the brain is the brain, we have the heart, and we also have the gut. And there's this point where you're trying to get across that layers of communication, and there's so much that is controlled right there in the throat. You have the endocrine system, which is going to control your hormones. There's several points. Your growth hormones, your thyroid is right in there. It can control your sleep, your communication abilities, abilities to tell the truth to yourself and to others, and help navigate that plane. It also has your your main vagus nerve is coming down through that. So you also have your central and parasympathetic nervous system. So this area is a very good one to get working. And as we've gone along, we've kind of opened that crown, and now we've gone down to the third eye. So we're getting that one active, but then also bringing that down. So again, as above, so below, I want to be able to bring in the balancing of that. So when we're activating a certain chakra, we're also keeping the balancing as above and also below. So I was thinking about some different animals that we could pull in with the meditations today. um, and just kind of talk about the importance of just keeping all of our energetic systems working and kind of getting that intimate knowledge and know-how to that. And if any of you had kind of tuned in on Angela's show earlier, I'm really grateful that I had the time to kind of go in there. It just brought up quite a few things that I was like, ooh, maybe I can kind of expand on some of the aspects, like being awake and awakened in these buzzwords. But also, they brought in the animal, the monkey, and I found that to be very interesting because the monkey is a very playful and loving creature, but it also has the monkey mind. So it's very easy to get distracted, and just the importance of being able to navigate this plane of life with also holding the discipline to what is actually going on in that mind and also in that heart. And I like the concept of the monkey being able to, like swing from different planes, and bringing you the different knowledge and information that awesome creature holds for us. So I thought, what a great animal that we could bring in for our meditation today. And they're also very vocal creatures, really getting that communication going. Right now, astrologically speaking, there is a lot happening out there, even coming off of the full moons. It's really about bringing back our own power and standing within our space. It is easy to get distracted or blame things that are externally going on because there is a lot happening. Yes, astrologically speaking, for the first time in hundreds and hundreds of years, this has never happened in our lifetimes. So really, when we start centering with ourselves and keep doing this work, opening our chakras, getting them all going, even bringing in these different animals. We've done like the snake awakening, the kundalini awakening, allowing those energies to freely flow through us allows us to stay into our internal reality so that we are projecting to our external reality what we are actually wanting to create. And also what we're wanting to destroy, because we also need to make room. And that was part of this whole full moon ceremony, especially that we did this last time, of writing down the things that you want to let go of. These are the things that you want to destroy. The take snake is here and it wants to eat. So you give it the things to eat. Oh, here, you can take this little part, this action that I'm doing. I would like to really let this go. Go ahead and eat that. It's this balancing. When you have a snake that relies inside of you, it also needs to eat. It doesn't, and it is not so picky about what it is. It's hungry. And so it's understanding that you're both the creator and the destroyer, and not I guess giving it the free reign to make the decision for you. You actually have the ability. So things that I like to go around in my life, especially working on attachments, is saying the things that I wouldn't mind losing, let's for say, things that I'm not so attached to, like even like the smallest of things, like, oh, this toothbrush, if I lost my toothbrush, I'd be okay, or my hairbrush, or, like this shirt or this, that, all of these things that I might be carrying around with me, but I'm just kind of giving it back to the universe in the sense of, well, if you're hungry, you could take this thing here, and who knows how much the weight of each one of those things are to allow for the creation. So I'm going to get to some of these. Hello, Sam. So no music, you were saying. That's okay. Zach is saying he was going to take care of that. So Sammy, right here, it says, the blackbird, deer, and centipede have been in my day today. So the blackbird, not surprising. The blackbird specifically can have its own medicine, but because we're calling in the raven and navigating a lot with the void, even with some of the meditations that we're doing, we're definitely going into that void space. So the black of that bird is definitely giving you that ability to navigate that void space. The deer, I was thinking honestly, Sammy, about pulling in, because the deer is gentleness and speaks to the heart a lot. And as we're navigating this and learning how to work through our shadows, that we need to remember to be gentle and care about ourselves in new ways. So I was thinking specifically about the deer and the monkey, and maybe perhaps like the orangutan of the monkey, because that's a very, very loving also monkey. So, what animals has everyone besides Sam seen today? Yeah, and the centipede is very interesting. I do. That would be interesting to see what the centipede. I mean, it has many, many legs, and kind of check in to see what the centipede has to say medicine wise. It's very fascinating. I had bees come to me as well, and again with the meditation we did do some kind of with the bees on the aspects that the bee medicine and also the dragonfly are very similar. And a red-winged blackbird. Oh, I like it. I like it. That is so awesome. I love that you're seeing all of these beautiful creatures. And, anytime there's going to be the red, when I look at it, an animal is what chakra specifically is it speaking to there. So you have the navigation of the void of the blackbird, but also the red of the rooting. And I believe does a red-winged blackbird also have like a little patch of yellow? If I'm remembering that correct, at least the way I'm seeing it. I think it also has a little bit of yellow. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, Lisa, but it's a very good one. And again, with any of the meditations that we're doing, we want to bring in the rooting so that we're not getting lost up in the mind and the monkey mind. It's really just bringing that down and sharing it with the earth. So as we're doing our own awakening, we're also helping the world do that as well. It is on that same venture as we are all unifying. Drink some water, set my intentions. Yeah, when we were talking earlier today, or when Angela was talking earlier on her show today, she was talking about awakenings and these buzzwords of awakening. I would be interested to hear how many of you went through a quote unquote awakening stage. It was very interesting when I first kind of went through what you would call an awakening. It definitely for me felt like I woke up. I mean, I woke up and my whole world was completely, yes, cool, Lisa. My whole awakening in that beginning part, it felt like I had woke up, but my whole world was opposite. It was what I call the coincidentia oppositorum, like the coincidentally opposite, where even everything that I was speaking or the way I was showing up for people was not what I believed at all. Where it was, even I had mentioned yesterday, the peeling off the masks of the I am who you think I am kind of quote, where I'm showing up as this person that I think you want me to be showing up as, but that's only on my perspective because that's how I think you think I want me to be. And it's kind of a confusing way to say it, but when you really kind of get that down, you start to realize how much of the world, or how much, for example, I was acting in ways that was not true to myself. Whether it was to my family, whether it was even to my close friends, that it was that I was creating this illusion on top of this illusion, and that had to be stopped and that had to be cleared away. And it really things like talking about Zach telling me to just tell him to shut the fuck up, and that was just not in any way that I would have acted before. But in doing that, that I found that stopping doing that became very, very difficult, that I was very untrained with these certain aspects of these emotions that I had been thinking inside my mind. So very much my world became very opposite than what I truly, my highest version of myself believed. So it was very fascinating to go through that. And because, several years ago, this just wasn't really talked about the same way that it is now. And I'm super excited that we get to have platforms like this and that we can come together. But yeah, the buzz terms of awakening, it is very interesting based off of the research that I have done so far. It does feel very much like this world is already a dream, even based off of the Native American cultures, or dating even farther back, that they do talk about very much that this is actually a dream. And that makes a lot of sense to me in navigating this world. And then I started to think about how this world operates in duality. So if you are awake, then there is a point where you'll also be asleep. But there are many different stages to also dreaming, right? We have the theta dream states, we have the lucid dreaming states, we have even astral projections that are happening within our dream states. So if we're operating in a dualistic reality, what are these opposites of these states? And so I would go on within my awakening to start to go awakening, starting to dissect and look at that on a deeper level, that perhaps when I'm at this state of dream, like within my sleep state, that in this reality there is also inverse to what layers of awake we can actually be within this world. And with our dreams, what is very fascinating with them is that they only deal with our past or our futures. They never deal with the now. So, what does that mean? And then also the question that I didn't quite hear answered on Angela's, but I pose this out there is when we are awake here and we are now going back and we're talking about something from the past, our thoughts are putting us in the past, or vice versa in the future. Are we truly awake right now? If in our dream states it's only operating there, if that makes any sense. I find it very fascinating to kind of dissect where and what is kind of happening out there. I definitely would say that it is very much like it is in a like simulation theory, and there's just a bunch of them that I have studied and looked at, and simulation does make sense, but it does, there is an illusion there, but it definitely makes a lot more sense on the dreamlike. So is it possible for us to fully be awake? Well, with the use of psychedelics, I think it shows us many other dimensional realities that feel as awake as this one. And what is your perspective anyway? It's all yours. So it'd be interesting to hear kind of these thoughts. Sammy says, this is resonating with what I have been going through now. More feels like I have had a big upgrade, though. I have had never been fully asleep. I have never been fully asleep. Yeah, and that also poses an interesting one. And this is what is fully asleep, because the thing I say right away with my clients is you need to give up the idea that there's anything that a break actually exists. I think that's a myth that we have been given, like, oh, at some point you're going to have a break. And I just don't think there's ever such thing as that, or some time off, or like you're going to just tabula rasa out and you'll just, like be able to escape. I really believe there's no such thing as that. And so when you break that aspect of the illusion, that pulls me right to that. What is fully asleep? What does that actually mean? Because in our dream states, when we actually are looking, we're actually very, very active in those points. So I find that to be very, very interesting. Feel like I have had a big level up. Yeah, I mean, Sam, even based off of what you were talking about with getting your visions and your sights coming in right now, definitely with the work that we do, with the psychedelic, you bringing in the magic mushrooms, definitely getting upgrades. This is how it looks. This is part of doing the work. So yeah, even with leveling up, sometimes you can make it feel like it can feel like you have like a cold or a flu or sinus stuff happening as you purge stuff from your body. Your belly can get sick, and all aspects of fluids or bodily functions like farting and pooping and all that is all part of like the letting go and also the leveling up. You're purging off these negative things and also bringing yourself up. I totally would be surprised if you were not in a point of feeling like you were leveling up right now. I have never been fully asleep. Yeah, and that is the question that I'm looking at right now. Have we ever actually been fully asleep? And there is, like, in this reality, I almost feel like in this one that we're operating at, there is a lot of proof that based off of television and the movies and the radios, that there has been, since the 1950s, the television itself has been created as the hypnobox. So how asleep, like when you're even hypnotized, that they have been operating with us on a hypnosis level, and waking ourselves up from that point. So what are these different layers of awake? But I do think keeping your life novel, doing something different all the time, is a very, very important aspect to being able to keep yourself awake and alert to these things that are happening in life. So, yeah, I love that you're sharing this. I love that you're leveling up. I have had a very eventful couple of weeks. Yes, Sammy, you have. And I am so grateful that you have come in and shared such a huge portion of your story with us. And I know there's probably a gazillion more stories that go with that. But I sure am grateful that you're allowing us to go along. We are all entangled with you. We love you and care about you. And so anytime we are thinking of you, we are sending you an abundance of love, because you healing yourself allows us to heal ourselves as well. It's this give and take aspect. So, yeah, I love that. And I love that you guys are seeing all of the beautiful critters that are around you right now, that are coming and answering messages for you. And Lisa, that red-winged blackbird, that I believe the red-winged blackbird has quite a beautiful sound, and really like at sunset, especially I've observed them being very, very active, of just almost like ushering in the end of the day. And that's like almost like the sunset colors, the red and the yellow. So I really, the red winged blackbird is a very cool bird, and coming into that void space. So here we are leveling up, also together. And Sammy, anything more you want to add to where you're at, or things that you've noticed or observed, is very, very grateful. And Gina, if you're still in here, I would love to hear how you're feeling today. I know when you go on trips and have an abundance of energy coming in, it's time to kind of replenish yourself, and rest is part of that journey. So I hope you are resting up. I'd like to bring both Sammy and Gina into our meditations today to just continue with their healing processes, because there are many layers to healing these traumas. I feel that the more you can operate from your true self, the more you open yourself up to your skill set. That is accurate. We are all geniuses, and the more self-love that we pull in, the more work that we do, the courage is rewarded. So facing your fears and not being afraid of those shadows, is important. As I was saying before, I think that we've kind of gotten tripped up on the all is light, and it is not all light. It is both the balancing of the light and the dark, and loving yourself in all areas, in all places. Again, we're trying to break that duality. So operating to the extremes on either point is not what we're going after. It is really coming to that center point and figuring out what love really is and means. And the only way we can do that is by finding it within ourselves. So coming together on these kind of platforms and talking about the different messages that we are finding is very, very crucial for us. There is a reason that we're all coming together. Walk your true path, and everything is accessible to you when you need it. Absolutely. And that's why, like, opening up and working on this throat chakra today, for example, is allowing you to open up your truth so that you're able to speak it, so that it's able to flow and communicate from your head to your heart and then down to your gut, so that all three brains are operating in a syncopated manner, that that this is your higher self working for that, and coming together. But it is your true path, and speaking your truth all the time is important. I know, like with myself, I had a father who is very much a white lie teller. And again, 50% of my genetic DNA comes from my mother, and 50% comes from my father. So understanding that it's important to speak your truth. And there is not any really such thing as a white lie, or however my family would lighten it. They'd be like, oh, well, it was just a white lie. Or what I came to for myself was, if my father was doing doing this, then I had to be doing this somewhere, because it's very easy to be in denial and externalize and say, oh no, it's them and it's not me. But because I recognized that that stuff had to be in my DNA, that I had to be doing that somewhere, and most of my lies would be what I was involved in telling myself. And so I started to look, and one of the ways I started to see are these partial truths that I had been doing, like when I had been doing the caretaking, where I was very much a very staunch caretaker, which I speak kind of, well, not even kind of, I speak against, heal the caretaker. Is that I would find that, like, I had this one situation where I had felt that this woman had done something on purpose. And honestly, my gut was telling me that this happened, but I couldn't, I wasn't finding the words to be able to just call her out and have dialogue going, well, I don't know why I'm feeling this, but, or however I needed to say it, but this is what I'm experiencing, and allow that other person to then say where they were at. I began to, within my mind, come up with all the excuses of why I wasn't responding to her messages, why I wasn't going over. And inside my mind, I kept almost constructing the partial truths of, like, oh, well, my dog has been sick and this is happening. So, like, taking things that were happening in my life, but not being truthful to what that true situation was. And it was through this one in particular that I'm talking about, that it was a great awakening for me, where it was, why can't I speak my truth? If this is what I saw, if it walks like a duck, it quacks like a duck, it most likely is a duck, logically speaking. So let's get it out on the table and not be afraid of that voice and not be afraid of that truth. And so I really had a whole big come to my own kind of Jesus moments, if you will, where it was, no matter what it was, whether it was canceling a membership or what, that everything needed to be of the utmost truth. And if the other person outside of me did not like what I was sharing, that wasn't on me. That was literally their job to be able to figure out why that was. You can either now continue on and communicate better, and we can have that conflict resolve, or whatever it needs to be. But if I do not speak my truth, I am hindering my own growth process, and end up having crazy awakenings of being in a completely coincidentia positorum, a completely opposite world to what I actually believe and think and what I'm going after. So speaking our truth is crucial. And whether that is like, I think Jacob made a good point on lying. Like, maybe your authenticity of self is that you are a liar, but if you are a liar and authentically let your people know, but there's also the question too, because how can you really be authentic if you then are continuing on being the liar? But you can authentically speak your truth to say, yes, I am a liar. I remember being in a meeting and this guy introduced himself and said, I am an alcoholic and also a liar, a compulsive liar. And I was so amazed by somebody that could be so honest about that. But as you start to get much deeper into this work, even the Monroe Institute talks about that's a lie program, where when we work on neuro-linguistic programming for ourselves, that we need to catch the lies that we are telling ourselves. We aren't these negative, awful, terrible people. We have the capability of doing terrible, awful things, but mostly at the core root of ourselves, that is not what our highest self and our intentions actually are. So finding why we're enacting behavior that goes against our higher selves is where that lie is. So we go and look for it, and not being afraid of it. I think that it has such a negative connotation with the world, like, ooh, you can't be this, but most every one of us is. I would say that Zach is the most honest and truthful person I have ever seen in my life. He is an inspiration when it comes to lying. Like, I'm grateful that I ended up attracting like the complete opposite to what my father was when it came to this aspect, to really gain those tools. But through our journey, there has been times that the average person would have absolutely lied and would not want to say certain things, but to see someone be able to stand in their truth, I'm very grateful that I was able to create a world to show me what that looked like and how that is. And so I speak on my own personal side, and then also to be able to see how it really does operate. And it can be uncomfortable to tell the truth. It can, but again, it's getting uncomfortable to get comfortable. When you bring awareness to your reality, I like to talk about, with more awareness comes greater responsibility, but with more responsibility comes greater awareness. And it's this beautiful relationship that you end up building where, as long as you are speaking your truth to the truest truth of where you are, you will know the next indicated right step. You will be able to listen to your intuition. You will be giving your auric field and your chakra systems the ability to be operating at their highest versions and potentials of yourself. So your mind, so you're controlling the monkey minds, your heart, your throat, all of it it's this beautiful symbiotic relationship, and that's what we're after. The universe rewards bravery. Thank you, Frank Castle. Yes, I would agree with that. The universe definitely rewards bravery. Yeah, and novelty. Both. Satya, one of the yamas, speak your truth with kindness. I love that. Yeah, I love that. And it is. Um, you don't have to be cruel with your words if you understand that my intention is love. And perhaps the way that I say certain things could sound rougher on the edges, but that's not my problem. Like it would be the person's interpretation outside of myself. So whatever I'm saying and whatever I'm doing is to be here to speak out of the most amount of kindness. I'm learning to speak kindness to myself. So I am able to speak to you at the dimensionality and layers that I am at today. So if I am being unkind to myself, the closer you get to me, you're going to find that there's going to be actions that appear to be unkind. It just is. When you are not handling those things on your inside, will reflect out to that external reality. This is why I say, when you are in a relationship with somebody else, to really, like, there is a greater responsibility, because it's the ones that are closest to us are the ones we end up hurting the most. It's not the Joe Schmo that's walking down the street that you end up being an asshole to. It is the one that is showing up for you every single day. And that is you. And then that is whoever else that you have in your life, whether it be your children, your parents, or your lover. It is important that we stop doing that. It is important that we learn how to truly love ourselves. And that comes with the way we are speaking to ourselves. The neuro-linguistic programming. If we catch ourselves lying, we literally say aloud, that is a lie. And you stop yourself and you redirect it. It does not matter if anyone looks at you like, whoa, what the fuck? You're lying? Does not matter. It is all about you and what you are doing to build the next aspect of the right foundation for you to become the highest version of yourself. And that is calling out the things that want to remain, those egoic parts of yourself. So it's not about being afraid. It's about that courage to stand right where you're at in this very moment and love yourself there. There will be always another shadow until our hearts weigh as light as a feather. So what amount and magnitude that work is, I don't know. I just know that there's no such thing as a break. Our dreams are constantly giving us answers, whether the dream state is here in this reality or whether it's when we're dreaming at night, however it goes. And then also that journey of protecting ourselves, making sure that we are clearing and cleansing our space. What is ours and what is somebody else's? And so I wanted to talk and bring attention back to the protections. What are you doing to protect yourself in your life? When we start to pull in the different energies and entities that are there to be able to help us, there are things that also have agendas. So the agendas that don't serve us are the ones that we would like to be able to ask to leave. When we're working with our throat chakra, the specific element for the throat chakra is aether. So traveling that etheric field to get these answers. So I, again, have talked about this. Whoops, if that would enter there. And we'll pull this up. And I love your mantra. I would like to pull that in with our meditation, Lisa, by the way, here. The speak your truth with kindness, the Satya. Speak your truth with kindness. I love it. So we'll pull that into the meditation. Always it be, so it is. Yes. So this is something I use all the time. I face to the east when I use this. There is a lot of power for the rebirth. The sun rises in the east, the moon rises in the east, but it is a simple protection that you can use for yourself. I hereby give license to tip art to all beings, elemental or temporal, transdimensional or multidimensional, angelic or archangelic. You may either go in peace or stay in peace. And so mote it be, so mote it be, so it is. When I say anything with the so mote it be, I do things where I step forward with my right foot. I have talked in the past about setting my intentions with my right foot. I take every step with my right foot. When I step through a doorway, I step forward with my right foot. My right foot is what I am building my future reality with. You can date back the right foot to the pre-Nubian times, so pre-Egyptian times. There's hieroglyphs stepping forward with your right foot. You have the Masonic order also with the right foot. This goes way back. So whenever I'm doing any of this kind of spell castings or anything where I'm doing a clearing of space, when I get to the so mote it bees and is step forward with your right foot. And again, right foot, so mote it be, and then so it is. I step forward with my right foot and then I clap. And with the clap, it is taking that power back and clearing the energy and the space and making it be. So I say, if you did not save this before, please save this. I use this all the time to clear the space. There is an energetic change that does happen with the fact that there is high energies that are operating. You want to make sure what is yours and what is not yours. So this is a fun and fast way to be able to clear your space and be able to recognize what is yours. And then also saying you cannot be here unless you are here for the peaceful journey that we are on, and the kindness. Speak your truth and kindness. This is where we're at. Why also the protections, why when we do the meditations, I talk about putting you in a Merkaba. I would like to again take note that the Merkaba, when you build it, again, that is building the triangle like above your head and connecting the points below your feet, and building the triangle below your feet and then connecting the points above your head. This is the three-dimensional Star of David. I like to explain that it goes farther than that because this is still angled in, but this is kind of like your own spaceship, if you will. I decorate mine. My Merkaba has all different things that I'm constantly working on so that there's not any of the interlopers taking my power back. I do funny, funky creations in there that nobody else can think of, that only I created. Walls of that pyramid, on this one side is like a whole entire world, and maybe there's like a certain special kind of fog and molecule, and I break down the details, and I'm just constantly adding and building it. With each line has like something maybe just starting out. I just started out with snakes, and then I started adding sound to it, and I started making sure that anything that could enter this space with my sacred space is the ones that are speaking in the purity of love. I have no reason to block or protect myself against people that are on that same journey. And it is spoken on that purity of love. So I like to bring in the concept of what it is to protect yourself, but also to have fun doing it. When you are working on the creation of your own Merkaba, you are working with that creative side of yourself. This also brings more visions and more sight and so much more. I love it. So, Sammy, you said here, I was truthful to everyone but myself. I have now corrected that imbalance. Balance has been my word of today. I like it. I love that, Sammy. That is awesome. And it is the balance. And this is why, as I was hearing, like a lot of people that are talking about the different energies that are out there. And we have 4 planets in retrograde, 2 more coming up that are about to go into retrograde. We have the moon, which is very powerful. And yes, it is lightening a bit of its magnitude, but the last 3 days were massive. We also had a minor lunar eclipse that is high in how it affects us if we allow it. But if we are balanced, yay, word of the day, Pee Wee Herman's Playhouse, if you ever watched that, word of the day, but staying balanced. And it is finding that center point for you. Hello, Jacob. I am so glad that you are here. I want to say, I don't know if any of you guys have noticed he shared on social media, but he has some new flutes. Did you get all of your flutes in so far? And I wanted to be able to invite you back to maybe play your new flutes that you got, and then and try out your new microphone. So when you get all that stuff, will you let us know? Because I absolutely want to play in the flautist land with you. And welcome. It is so nice to have you here for sure. So, does anyone have any questions when it comes to like the throat chakra? Different, just any questions when it comes to like opening up your powers? I don't know. Just questions. If not, we will continue on. So I like these stones. I don't know how well my camera is doing today. It does. Who knows? This is the symbol for the throat chakra. But as we go along today in the meditation, I'm going to do some harmonics in the toning. And so again, the harmonic tone for, and we're going to do the third eye, the throat, and the heart. And we're kind of going to do a circling of that. Yeah, I'm so excited to hear his new flutes too. So the third eye chakra sound is the sound of A. So it goes A. So just kind of getting that in there. And then the throat chakra is the sound of I. And you really want to kind of get that vibration down into that throat. So it kind of goes I. So we have the A. And then getting it down into the heart is going to be the sound of awe. Hello. And it's going to be awe. So ah. So working with the three is going to be kind of that circling. And then we'll go back up, which would be the so I teach that. So if you would like to follow along at any point, or just continue to do that in your own meditation as we go. Sound is huge. We talk often about being the light or being the dark, and honestly, it comes down to a sound. Sound is way more powerful than any light or dark. There was this brilliant man that kind of brought that concept, and it's not just like the Bible comes down to sound. I mean, everything links back to sounds, but it's like light cannot travel through the walls. I mean, even that, but sound can. I'm having connectivity issues on my end today, but I'm here. Well, I am grateful that you're here, whether it's in spirit or whether you're physically here. All things, I'm just happy that you are. So, yes. So with the meditations, I'm hearing about the blackbird. I like having the blackbird coming in. And we'll use the blackbird to bring down also because it has the red. We also want to bring the root in with us. So if you feel at any point that you would like to root off and slough the dense energy, the sound of the root is the or lam. You could use that one as well. But but it comes to the root is so pulling that in, or also the lam, and you can do the lam, But llama is interesting because it also pulls you back up and pulls you back down. It's almost like doing the Om. The Om also does all of the chakras. But again, we want to stay rooted and pull the energy down. So any of the negative energies will all be sloughed off. So I did want to look, Sammy, what it said about the centipede. Because I think that's a fun one. Centipede. How do you even... Here we go. Animal totem. So the centipede is the totem of chiefs. Oh, because of the poisonous bite and rapid movements. The lucky centipede totem possesses the following virtues: gambler's luck, general good luck, speed energy, quiet ferocity, healing, improved social life, reduction in negative energy. That is very fascinating. It's kind of funny because when I think of centipede, I don't think of the venom that centipede has, but I do know that there are different areas that centipedes can be poisonous. But in the areas I have been, I have not seen the poisonous centipede. So that is really, really cool. Yes. So with this meditation, bringing in the blackbird, the centipede, some bees. And the bee was not in bees. So with this one, bees are symbolic, the ultimate degree of fertility and sexuality. Their byproducts being the sweet honey of life, even the shape of bees' honeycomb, which is a hexagon. And what's really amazing is that they are like the only creatures on the planet that get the magnitude, and like the hexagon takes up the most amount of space that can possibly be filled. And the bees are the only ones that understand that besides humans on this universal level, which is fascinating. It's similar. So the hexagon is similar to a heart, symbolizing the sweetness and love of life and human beings can find in their own hearts. Oh, wow. A centipede tried to crawl into your bag. Yeah, it's like symbolic in and of itself. I love it. Well, I think the centipede wants to come crawling in with its messages for us and its many legs. Oh, Jasmine forgot the time changed. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we changed the time to 4. But that's okay, Jasmine. I'm so glad you're here. Welcome. I love you. I love you. But you remembered we're about to get started on doing the meditations, and again today we're gonna do the throat as chakra, and then pulling in some of the different animals. I love the bees. I love how that is also speaking to our hearts. We want to open that. Bringing in the monkey, which is really, really awesome. Yeah, the monkey. I ended up just taking off of there. Yeah, man, this is fun. But so with the monkey symbolism and meaning is centered around monkey's legendary, playful, humorous, and mischievous behavioral antics. Yes, there is plenty of room for monkeying around with monkey spirit. While laughter is incredibly healing, the human soul connection with monkey is profound and extends far beyond a few laughs. This playful, curious creature is smart and resourceful. They are also very communal animals, enjoying the company of others while neatly navigating life's jungle. In Japan, the word for monkey is very similar to no evil, which is who the 3 monkeys come into being. With these 3 together, it's a simple message of remembering how to conduct your life in an honorable way, which, Lisa, I think that pulls back in that kindness mantra that you were saying there, is that hear no evil, speak no evil, and see no evil. How to speak, look at a situation, and how actively we listen matters greatly in all our relationships. In this culture, the monkey is also a divine messenger who blesses marriage, bearing children, and who protects against negative entities. When monkey begins appearing in your life, its primary message is leaving room for fun. You know the old saying, all work makes Jack a dull boy. Well, believe us when we tell you that monkey is not all work. Get out and find some entertainment now and again. It does your soul a whole lot of good. Yeah. So, yeah, my biggest thing I would say, like with the monkey, and why I want to pull that in is balancing that monkey mind. Really, it is becoming the governor and the observer of what is actually happening inside of there. Speaking your truth. It's a very communal animal, and it's very loving and playful. That none of this has to be hard. It's all a perspective. Though right now, in the learning and the balancing of it, may not appear to be so easy. But again, it is a perspective. I would say, even for morale, going off and playing in the river and hanging out with Joe and Kala and Zach yesterday was very, very healing, making sure that you do have laughter and play. Because when you're doing this work, sometimes you can get really serious. And it's not about that. Like, imagine yourself on the deathbed. Do you want to be like, oh, I did all this stuff, but I forgot how to laugh and have fun and play? I think that's why we are here. And I think that is part of that balancing process. But it's not making ourselves to the point where we feel like we have to tabula rasa ourselves out because we need a break. It is literally finding that fun balance to what's happening. You got here just as you needed to. Glad you made it, Jasmine. Totally, Jasmine. I am happy that you are here. You made it just in time. Yes, that's it. So, with that, calling in the monkey, I would like to pull in the bluebirds. Really, the bluebirds, based off of like even the Cherokee animal totems, like the mountain bluebird brings in joy and courage and love. So, really bringing back in and tapping to that avian medicine that and energy that we had done before in a meditation. So when we do this, it is imagining the blue winged creatures that bring about the healing and bring and make it so that you have their wings and their wings are your wings. So the mountain bluebird, the avians, and the blackbird, you know, we have that's going to be flying in and coming to also helping with the solar plexus and rooting out. So we want to be able to breathe that breath into the solar plexus and slough out that dense energy, so bringing it back down into the earth and into the void. And because we're doing that throat chakra, this is the etheric world that we're operating in. I love this very, very much. So with that, let's kind of begin. If you can find yourself a seated position or lying down, and just begin working with the breath. So just see how you're breathing today. See how you're breathing right now. Are you breathing through your nose or through your mouth? Where did you first take that inhalation? And what feels most comfortable? How about through your exhale? Is it more breathing out through your nose or with your mouth? And can you make it now so that you can see how you're breathing through your nose? So go ahead and take a good breath in through your nose and out through your nose. And just imagine getting that breath deeper and deeper. For these meditations, we really want to just kind of keep the oxygen coming in and out through the nose, igniting that power inside. And go ahead and leave that breath. Just keep your mouth closed. Allow that breathing to come easy. Rest your tongue on the roof of your mouth. See how you breathe with that now. And now imagine yourself inside of your Merkaba. That you've drawn that triangle below your feet and connected the points above your head, and again the triangle above your head and connecting the points below your feet. In this space, you're safe. Only love is spoken here. If you want to add any of special elements and aspects to it that are only your own, go ahead and take a moment to do that. And then notice that there's a box inside of your Merkaba. And it's okay, go walk over to that box and open it up. This box has been placed inside of your Merkaba to be able to slough off and put any of that dense energy, anything that might identify you with you, that might not serve your higher purpose, any part of your day or your pains or your ailments, anything that could be perceived as negative. Just go ahead and place it inside that box. And if you want at any point, you can come back to this box and get those pieces of you back. But it's yours to do with whatever you want. Go ahead and close the box when you're ready and come back to your space. And again, see how you're breathing through your nose and out through your nose. And if your tongue has moved, move it back to the roof of your mouth and continue to breathe in that position. And take your eyes as they're closed and just kind of look up at that third eye. And take a few breaths into the third eye. The ajna. The opening up the power of your intuition. Beautiful work. We're going to pull it down to your throat, coming from that A into the I, into the blue and brightest blue that you can imagine within that space. And right here in this space, as your world is now blue, is where you can see across the way a very large winged creature, blue. And it is here. It is here to help you heal. It's permeating out through its heart center. A beautiful laser beam of crystalline light straight into your heart, straight into your throat, straight into your third eye, and then straight down from your crown into your third eye, into your throat, into your sacral or solar plexus, into your sacral and into your root. In all areas, it is beaming its blue light, encircling you with its love and truth and healing energy. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Take a good deep breath in through your nose. And with the exhalation, slough off any of the dense energy that might be blockading you into the earth, out through the red wires of your feet. And out through the Savian's heart. Do you see the mountain bluebirds that are coming flying into your space? Do you hear their song? As they're coming and fluttering around, speaking to you of the joy. And at your crown, you have these crystalline wires. Take your DNA, your helixing crystal DNA, and attach them to this avian. They are here to help interpolate your information and bring you the necessary answers on how to heal yourself. They are here and they love you as I love you. And now at your feet grows up a rose, a beautiful rose coming into your space, creating the space and asking for the nectar to be shared within the bees that are coming. The sweet little furry bees, they're not here to sting. They don't want to sting. They just want to teach you what they know about love and their knowledge of sacred geometry. What you attract, you put out, and their amazing ability to read energies is a gift that they share with you. Connect your wires, your beautiful DNA wires, to the bees. They are here to help you. And more avians of that blackbird with its little hint of the yellow and hint of the red to show you that there is nothing to be anxious about here. Quell your anxieties and root off any of that dense, luffing energy that no longer serves you. You are love. We're going to circle the crown, the throat, and the heart and the throat and the crown. So follow along when you're ready. If you would like to continue repeating those I will play my flute, and you continue to harmonically tone yourself and play with your newfound friends that are inside of your Merkaba. What are they doing? What are you doing with them right now? Are they fluttering around you? Are they fertilizing the soil and the other flowers are more growing with all the bees that are there? What is happening? What messages are coming? And don't forget, there's the monkey. There's a monkey that just came, and he's swinging from your crown down into your third eye and down through your throat. It's circling around that thyroid right there, man. It is balancing those hormones that both men and women, they both need the balancing. And it's come to help you communicate and play within this space. So now the monkey is here. So what is happening? Enjoy and play. How is that? So fun to be able to have other things come inside other than the dramas of the outside world. To be able to have a moment of just play with just yourself and with us. And to bring about the necessary healing. As I said, it doesn't have to be hard and it doesn't have to hurt. And there's things at our fingertips that help us navigate this plane. It's like you don't have to be stung by the bee to be able to have the medicine of the bee. You just take it inside and hear what the message is. It's time to work. It's time to love. And it's time to build with efficiency. And this is the most efficient way to heal, is through self-love. The answers all are inside of you. And no matter how much somebody externally loves you in your reality, you cannot experience it until you do it for yourself. So change the way you talk to yourself. Call out the liar and let her go. Let him go. Who are they anyway? You're neither the light nor the dark or the good or the bad. You're more than that. And all of these things and creatures are divining themselves into your reality to show you that. So loving yourself and allowing yourself the protection necessary, that peace is the next indicated step. Love is the next indicated step. Your heart will be what guides you. Speaking your truth is what will free you. And novelty is what keeps you awake. Balance. 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 How are you balanced? How is your right side feeling in comparison to your left? What are you experiencing on that right side to the left side? Was your right arm heavier than your left? Is it about the same? How are your hands resting in comparison to your right or left? Is one more turned up than the other? How about the energy flow? You have your meridian lines that flow down your arm and out through your fingers. The two in particular are your pinky finger and your ring finger. How is the energy flowing out of that? Maybe take one of your hands, your right hand to your left, and just clear the energy. Just wipe it. So like pull the energy out through the end of your pinky and pull the energy out through your ring finger and allow it to flow without restriction, and do it on both sides. And do it on your thumb. Your thumb also has a major energetic center. How is that flowing? Pull the energy out through your thumb. Both of them, one at a time. And think, energy flows without restriction. And it will. Now take your attention down to your feet. Same rule of thumb with your feet. How is the energy flowing out through that pinky toe? Or the ring finger of, I don't know the name of that toe, but the one next to your pinky. How is that flowing out? Can you flow it farther and more? Now, how is it with your big toe? Can you do the same? Maybe you just pull the energy from them. Touch your feet, pull the energy out through the pinky and out through that second toe next to it. and out through the big toe. Meridian lines go out through there. It's very powerful, powerful centers. And allow the energy from your pinky and your feet and the wiring system to just go back into the earth, that you're very rooted. Thank you, Blackbird, for bringing that and sending all of the anxieties and the negativities, just sloughing it off. And then all the joys that we just found within this space, share it and root it there too. And then bring it back in and out. It's yours to draw from. How is your breath now? How deep is your breath? Can you breathe all the way to your toes? Can you exhale through your toes? Can you exhale through your sacral chakra? Or your solar plexus or your heart? What is it to breathe in those centers? Can you play with that? How about your throat? How is it clearing now? Give it an eye. Let's see how the eye of your throat chakra is doing now that we've been doing this work. So go ahead. Pretty good. How did it feel for you? I always like to say less is more. Trying to force it like is not the smooth way. It's really just the yeah. Such a clearing. So good. Man, I love you guys so much. Today, take your hands and clasp them in front of your heart, your right hand on top of the left hand. Like so. And place it at your heart, elbows up. Right hand on top, left hand on bottom. So you're creating the two energetic centers of like that 69 symbol, the Cancer symbol. So with this, go ahead and breathe in the loving energetic centers right into that heart. Allow that spiraling free flow of loving energy. I love you guys so much, and I'm so grateful for each and every one of you being here and meeting yourself right where you're at, bringing that love. Now go ahead and release their hands and put your right hand over your heart and your left hand over that. And breathe in that love, that giving hand of that self-love, and the receiving hand on top of it, creating a perfect energetic center within you. You are love, love. And take a moment inside of your Merkaba to come back and bring awareness to the box that you left behind. If there's any part of your identity or you that's inside that box that you would like to go and get, please do that now. And before you leave this space, Sammy and Gina and anybody else that is in perceived need of a magnificent amount of healing at this point, the Avion energy is here. I am here. And all of us are bounding together to unify as one powerful source to bring about the miraculous healing abilities that exist in each of us. I love you. There is a beautiful rose that has been blossomed within this very meditation. And at any point, any of you need guidance or help, you tap back into this energy source. The pathway, the laser point is that of the green color, spoken through the purity of love, and you can have an access to an unlimited amount of healing. The avians are here in their magnitude to help you heal. They are happy to be here and provide you the wings necessary to fly you out and help you create that dream of your perfect reality. Remember, you are both the creator and the destroyer. So these illnesses, these things that are hindering you, this is what we are destroying. These issues that were stuffed into the tissues are now being shown the lights so that you may be free and rid of these things that no longer serve you. It is part of the liberation from the bondage of self, true in its entirety of the liberation. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. If what we have shared today together has moved you, please like and share this video. I appreciate all of you guys that have been liking and sharing it. Please do that some more. Again, I'm only allowed to do so many a day. I tried to do tons, but they say it's spamming. And honestly, I think it is part of that journey of us raising the consciousness together. So instead of looking at it as this, negative thing, it really is us banding together. So please like and share this video and subscribe to the channel. Also, I always like to give the shout out to the Shipibo tribe, which helped massively with my own awakening process and opened their jungles and doors to me. $1 goes so far, almost a week's worth of food for an entire family. I ask that if you have it in your heart to donate to the Shipibo tribe, who is very much in our need. Currently, $4.50 actually pays for an entire family for an entire month. So there's 100 families I'm working on feeding currently. So whether it's $1, 50 cents, 25 cents, I mean, seriously, guys, money goes so far there. Like the energy just isn't even the same. But it provides them the necessary tools to be able to be sustained. And they too are awakening as in a society as they have helped within our own. So shout out to the Shipibo. That information should be down in the link also. But I love you guys so very much. Sammy says the right people will find us when they need to. Absolutely. I love you. I love that you put a cardinal. That's a really cool bird. And the bee and the red and the root and the roses, you guys. Seriously, build the roses. Keep building lots and lots of roses. Yes, made it. Yeah, so there we go. We got it. Beautiful meditation. It is my pleasure, you guys. I love you so very, very much. And because you did not hear the music from Robert, I am going to play you out with that music, and hopefully you will be able to hear it. It will. Wow. So let's see how that goes. I will look forward to seeing you guys in here tomorrow. And then Zach and Aaron's podcast. Oh, and note, tomorrow is Kala's show at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I believe she's going to have Layla on the show again. And tomorrow they're doing skin. So they're going to do specific things for the skin meditation. And I'm going to send Maya a special message to that because we did a skin meditation for Maya. So that's going to continue on. Our skin is the largest organ on our entire body. So it should be a very, very fun and interesting meditation. So at 8 o'clock with the boys, and then 2 o'clock tomorrow with Kala, and then back again. The show is at 4 p.m. This show, Gently Healing, is now at 4. So I love you all as well, and I am going to play you out with this music. And you have a wonderful day. I love you. Mwah. Oh no. Go back. No, that one. The poison transmuted breathes eternal flame. Open me to heaven to heal me again.